Hey, what's up everybody? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and today I'm going to continue on my Spider-Man character figure reviews. The next review we're going to be doing is Hobgoblin. Very similar to the Green Goblin figure, but it's not the same. They actually have almost no parts that are reused. They're both very original figures, and they're both great in my opinion. They're very much like the 90s cartoon, which I think is a great direction for them. Hobgoblin stands at almost 7 inches tall actually, so he's rather large. He has a great sculpt and a great look overall. If you look at his head sculpt, very nice looking figure. He's got the little chainmail detail throughout where he's supposed to have it. He comes with the pumpkin. It's not supposed to have that mark on it, but it does have that. It does come with that. He's got the pouch here. That is, it's not sculpted on. Technically, it can be removed. And he also comes with a glider. That this part is posable, kind of, and it's on wheels. So you can have him sliding around. It is nice and metallic as well. So really cool piece right there. Nice and shiny. Really cool. Let's talk about the articulation. The head is on a standard neck joint, so it's got the hinge type motion for forward and back, and then it spins on top of that. The hood is sculpted onto the head. Well, it's not sculpted, it's glued on to the head rather than being part of the cape, but it does look really nice. It actually still blends in very well, and it allows for the head to be articulated nicely. And it's a really nice cape too, I have to say. I love the way they sculpted it so that it puffs up over the shoulders a little bit, like it's got some air underneath it. And again, like I said, the face sculpt I think is just great. Really menacing looking. Looks just like he did in the cartoon. So I like that. And the shoulder articulation, standard ball joint. Get that out of the way. We'll do it on this side. Standard ball joint. You know, it's ratcheted too for the rotation, so that's really nice. He's got a double jointed elbow, wrist rotation at the glove, wrist pivot, which is ratcheted, and a finger pivot, finger hinge. Now the balls for his shoulders, the ball joints are rather small, and he has the same problem with his hips, but we'll get to that in a second. He does have an ab crunch, which works fairly well. It is ratcheted. I would suggest you leave it hunkered over just a little bit. It makes the figure look really nice. That way you can kind of bend him over and tilt his head back, and he looks kind of more menacing. He has a waist twist at the belt, so it's hidden nicely. It is a little bit loose, but it is there. And then he's got the standard ball jointed hips, the good kind where it's forward back, side to side. They are ratcheted forward and backward as well, with the hip joint built in right there. But the joints are really small, so they look kind of strange. I think they should be a little bit bigger or recessed a little more, something, I don't know, it just looks off to me. He also has the double jointed knees, a shin twist at the top of the boot, a regular ankle joint there, and then of course he's got the ankle rocker, which is a great plus, and he's got a toe joint, which you probably won't use too much, but it is there and it is ratcheted. So very nice articulation on this guy. He due to the ratcheting and everything, he's really got some great posability. I'm quite pleased with him. I know he's getting to be a little bit harder to find. This is one of the Spider-Man Classics figures, and those are kind of popular because there aren't too many of them around, and they're really nice figures for the most part. So as you can see, he's just a great figure overall. Great details. Get in on the face. There you go. I love that the way the mouth is carved out so nicely. And then you just move along, and you can see the chainmail on the arm, and the pumpkin bomb. The belt's sculpted nicely. I like the way they did the wrinkles in the shirt too. Gives him a nice look. There's the other arm and the glove. The legs have the chainmail. I guess while I'm zoomed in here, I should point out how it has the nice dry brushing on it to give it some really nice deep texture. Looks great. And then finally the boot. And as you can see, there's a lot of stitching sculpted on this guy also. So it's there on the boot, and then here on the hand again for the glove. So I really I appreciate that kind of thing. A lot of the times you'll just get a smooth figure. It's on the hood as well there. So I really like that they bothered to put the stitching in there. And he does fit on the glider pretty well. If you have to tuck his feet in, kind of weird because of the tips on the shoes. But once you get him in there, he doesn't fall out too easily, which obviously that's a good thing. So you can just get him in there. Hi, cat. And it's a little tricky to balance it sometimes on the glider because it's just on those 3 wheels, so it kind of, I think they should be spread out a little bit more to give it a better base for balance purposes, but it's not too bad. So as you can see, he does fit on the glider nicely. Great for display. I would recommend hanging him with some fishing line on the glider so that you can really get a nice dynamic looking figure display. But there you have it. There is Hobgoblin. I'll do Green Goblin next, and then I'll try to get a couple more done. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for those reviews and some more custom figures. And in the meantime, keep collecting.